Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Seso. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane, horses in Jiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we're talking about the national dialogue. Before we do that, please make a favor for me, do a favor for me and go and subscribe to the Pan-African School YouTube channel. We're dropping content every 3 days on that channel, so you are going to be informed about what is happening at Paseta. This month, our theme is Agriculture Month, so we are talking about starting your own garden at home. What is the things that you need to know about starting your own garden? What can you plant in which season and all of those things. So Paseta cares a lot about self-sustenance when it comes to food security. So please visit our YouTube channel, Paseta School, and please do drop a 50 Rand donation for the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the national dialogue, let me explain to you what the national dialogue is like to me, because I'll be doing a lot of reporting on the national dialogue. I decided actually yesterday that, okay, I will report on this national dialogue. The national dialogue to me is like, and imagine this with me. The national dialogue is like a father who beats his wife and has raped his children, and he was not reported to the police. And now there is a family gathering where we want to talk about Uncle so-and-so who is a drunkard in the family. And that father who's got all of these wrongs in his life, all of these wrongs in his life, is the one who's chairing this meeting as all of us are listening to him, because he is the breadwinner in our family. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So now they don't want us to talk about him beating our wife, our mother. They don't want us to talk about the rape that he committed to his own child. They want us to talk about this uncle who is a drunkard and who is problematic, and he needs to be disciplined. They want us to ignore everything that this person has done so that we can get in conversation to solve this problem. That is what the national dialogue is to me. Ignore what the main thing is and talk about everything else. Ignore the person in the room. Ignore who Cyril Ramaphosa is. Ignore what the ANC has done. Ignore what apartheid has done to our people. Ignore all of those things. Let's just talk about this, man. Let's talk about unemployment, man. Let's talk about, people not be. Let's talk about service delivery. Let's talk about all the other things that has to do with nothing. Why we have those things. That is the national dialogue to me. So I'm now in a difficult situation where I'm saying, when we report on it, in what type of mentality do we go in terms of listening and observing what is happening? There's two options. There's that first option of saying, you know what, middle finger to the dialogue, I'm not going to participate in this rubbish, is going to go. And then there's the other side of saying, okay, I know there's nothing good that might come out of this, but I'm going to listen in case someone says something that is going to be a light bulb moment, or that is going to assist us. There's going to be a lot of drama. The ANC will shoot itself in the foot for having this dialogue. That's one thing for sure. And I've already predicted that Cyril Ramaphosa will not be the president of the ANC by 2026 local elections. That's what I told you guys. He's not going to stand. So now we go into that to say, okay, people also deserve a report, what is going on, and people deserve to know what is happening, and that is exactly what we podcasters are here for. No, there is going to be mainstream is going to report on it. We as podcasters cannot also miss the opportunity to then report on what the mainstream media is reporting on, what is happening in the public eye, so that we can give a different. So that is where we are right now in terms of the podcast. What we have decided as King Says So to do. We are going to report on this national dialogue. We're not going to stand outside and watch. South Africans are taking part. There's people that are going in there to say we want to voice out our frustrations and everything. So we are going to respect at least that process. That there are some people that are going out, some respectable activists also that are on this issue of they are in the audience and giving their point of view. So I'm going to watch it. But the first thing I want to do is let's listen to what they call the roadmap of the dialogue. They have came and explained to us what is it that they are going to do and how it is going to be done in this dialogue. And I think it is very interesting to hear what is it that they are going to do. And they explain it in this particular manner. Let's listen to this.
A nation is actions to build the nations, including social compacting, civic education, and community-led and civic action projects. So these are the three arms on which we would like to build the approach to the national dialogue process. I'd like to invite Nongululeko to present the roadmap.
Okay. Thank you so much, colleagues. So the beginning of the roadmap is where we are right now, which is the the first national convention. I wanted us to, we want to close it in a positive sense, and positive not being cheery, but with a plan of how we're going ahead. What are we constructing? How are we going to roll out moving forward? And of course, the next 4 to 6 months before what could be the second national convention. The first phase then, post this session, is going to be the citizen-led dialogues. The citizen-led dialogues are important because the national dialogue mustn't be reserved to this space. It is a citizen-led process, and thus the initiation of that must be also carried by citizens. So citizen-led processes can be within your WhatsApp groups, within your stokvels, your churches, but also within your sectors. If the business sector wants to have a meeting, if civil society wants to have a meeting, so on and so forth. This is the grounding of a civil-led discussion. But also we're going to be having ward-based discussions. With the ward-based discussions, we're going to have at least 3 discussions in each ward with a minimum aim of 10 million minimum having been reached through both modalities. The second phase then is what I've alluded to, is the ward-based discussion. Again, the objective here is to roll out the ward-based dialogues and continue the citizen-led discussions. I want to emphasize that these are going to be running parallel to one another. Going on to what we're calling 4A, which is ward dialogue information consolidation, which I think this session has helped us with quite a lot in terms of the how we consolidate this information. Because, of course, as we know, there's a lot of politics in reporting and recording. So bringing civil society, I'm sorry, I'm biased to my sector, but bringing citizens together rather, and everyone who participated in these wards to bring together their information, correlate it, and have it available to the rest of the country. And then we want to have cross-cutting thematic dialogues, because ultimately the point of the national dialogue is not just to stay within your own silo, but to also go across the bridge. So civil society must speak to government. Business must speak to to land and tenure and all of the people in that sector. I hope we understand each other here. And then in our 5th phase, we have our district dialogues, which the objective here is to turn citizen input and cross-cutting dialogues into what we're calling a people's compact and agree on outcomes. So the People's Compact is going to be constructed by all the views that have come in, and the creation of what we had called in draft, I suppose, a community action plan, because it's not enough for us to just have the conversation. We also need to create a plan for how the outcomes that we want are going to come out. And just to emphasize, the fundamental point here is that if the plan doesn't involve all of us, it's not a plan at all. Going to phase 6, we have the second national convention, where we are now presenting all of what has happened in the last 4 to 6 months. The objective here is to ratify the People's Compact. So the People's Compact doesn't just remain a document that happened, but an actual plan of how we're going to move forward in the as a nation from henceforth. And then finally, we have impact and feedback as a running loop throughout these processes. So things like facilitation styles, modalities, recording styles and modalities, as I think has been mentioned, how people keep spaces and the best practices that come from different organizations is something that we must integrate as an ongoing basis. And of course, getting feedback on time so that we can correct what needs to be corrected and emphasize on what's going right. I hope we are all together on this. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what they are trying to do at the National Dialogue. So I'm going to try to bring these little pieces. I'm not going to make my videos too long. I'm going to bring these little pieces for you guys to hear what is going on at the National Dialogue. And if you enjoy that, please go on the comment section and leave your thoughts on the comment section there. And so they're going to have a citizen-led dialogue. So this is for the people, by the people, blah, blah, blah. You guys know that story. Then they're going to have word-based. So they're going to break it down to word-based discussions. They're going to talk to everybody in their respective words. Each and every province, they're going to do that. Then they're going to have their word dialogue information consultation. Hey, that's what they're going to do. And then they're going to have the district dialogue. They're going to break down South Africa into districts and have those dialogues there. And then they're going to have a second national convention and report back. So after everything is done, they're going to come back and report back to us to say, okay, guys, we've went and talked to people. This is what the people say, and blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much. And this is going to be our action. They say the impact and feedback. They're going to have the impact and feedback. So that is the national dialogue, ladies and gentlemen. So for not taking too long, my phone is also dying. I'm going to be reporting you guys. So expect videos from the dialogue now and then for the duration of the dialogue. It's going to be, I'm going to try and put a storyline to see where we started and record everything so that when they do their feedback, we do our feedback also here on King Says So. If you would like that, thank you so much. Express that on the comment section. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Do you think we are wasting our time reporting about this, or do you think we must just ride a wave even though we know it might not bear fruit? Talk to me on the comment section. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray, but after you pray, stand up, African child, do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan Africanism. I salute you.